Hey, what's going on? Hi guys, I'm just gonna get started and do I'm just gonna do some readings. If people pop in and ask questions along the way, I'm open to that. If I'm just here forever talking to myself, that's fine because I'm gonna open up and maybe do some live mediumship, and that can work in this instance because if whoever wants to come forward will come forward, and then whoever's supposed to see the messages will hopefully see the messages. So if you come in and have a question or anything, just go for it. And I just wanted to get this one done and out there, and then you'll have a bit more of an idea of how these are going to go in the future when I start doing more of them, because I am going to start doing more of them. I could obviously do this on Facebook as well, but I just kind of felt that this is the right platform for me to get going with. So we're going to start here. I think I'll be a little bit overwhelmed doing it on Facebook because this is kind of the first time that I'm really going live and doing readings at the same time. So, with that being said, I'm going to get started, and I do feel like I'm going to open up with some mediumship. So, if you come in and I'm sort of not making much sense, I'll finish the connection and we can go from there. So, basically, I do have a male here. This is somebody that comes forward kind of like a like in age wise, you would consider this a grandfather kind of energy, but I feel that who he's coming forward for, he's coming forward and he's more like an uncle to this person. So the same sort of age as if it was grandfather. I know that doesn't make much sense, but it could even be that he was this kind of energy for this person. Um, I'm getting that whoever this person is for, they're connected to somebody that does a lot of work on the land. So, whether or not he did work on the land or the person that this message is for does work on the land, there's a lot of land here. I get the sense that this gen is somebody who is pretty laid back. I'm getting them wearing, like, pretty much every day they wore denim jeans and a button down top. He's specifically showing me denim jeans and like a khaki kind of button down shirt. He's got like a beard, rusty kind of stubbly beard, and it's kind of gingery. So I want to say, even in his later years, or the time at which, the age at which he passed, it was kind of like he had it wasn't grey, it was like a gingery, sort of strawberry blonde in colour was his beard and his hair. He's making reference to a little girl, and I'm seeing a little girl. I just heard the name Krista. So I'm hopeless with names that sound like other names. So if it's Krista or Christy or Kirsty, could be Carly, that kind of. And I feel like who he's referring to here, this little girl is his daughter. This is like, she was my little girl. She was my world, is what I'm hearing. So he's coming forward in hopes of reaching this person. So if you're watching this and you know somebody that sort of sounds this could be for them, and you feel comfortable enough to reach out, then maybe do that, and then they can hopefully get their messages to them. Okay, he's showing me quite a few things. He's showing me his daughter has a family of her own. He's married and has a family of her own. Whether or not his daughter lives in the home that he was running or the home that he was living in, but I get a sense of that may be the case. Um, because he's showing me like there's like on the front veranda or porch or whatever it is, there's a seat, kind of like one of those cane, like the seat itself's cane, but it's got cushions on it. And he's showing me himself sitting there, but he's also showing me his daughter and her family sitting there. So I get a sense that they're still in a location that he was in before and around the time of his passing. He's making me feel like how he passed was the result of an accident on the property, a farming accident, something to do with where he worked slash lived. He's showing me a big dam as well, so I'm not sure why he's showing me that. Because he's making me feel like this dam was something that was man made. So I feel like the family whoever, I feel like it was a family effort and everybody sort of got stuck in to help building this dam. I don't feel like because he's showing me so whether or not the farm or the property or whatever it was went through struggle with drought, because he's showing me the dam empty and then showing me the dam somewhat full again. Like there's water in it. I don't think it's at capacity, but it's like there's nothing and then there's water again. Um, I'm also getting a bit of a light tingling sensation down my spine and down my back. So whether or not, again, in correlation with his passing or whether or not he had a bad back, um, but I'm just kind of getting a sense that there was something involved with his back here. It's either it's either something that happened around the time of his death, and that's what I'm getting pretty much. But I also feel like this his back gave him grief when he was sort of up and about as well and doing work. I don't think that it was just that he had pain in the back or issue with his back around the time of passing. I feel like this was something that happened during his life as well, at least in the later years. And he's showing me five. So in the last sort of 5 years, I kind of get, yeah, okay. All right, I'm going to leave him there. I have a lady here as well. Um, she's making me feel quite cold. And it's not really clear yet as to sort of her age or the reason for her passing, but I just feel very cold. So unless she was somebody that was like just quite often felt cold or couldn't seem to get warm, or excuse me, towards the end of her life, this might have been something that she struggled with. She's telling me like there's a sense that um, she's a sense there's a sense of not being able to get warm and expressing this fact, and people around trying to do what they could to make her feel like she was like to warm her up, like bringing her blankets and setting the temperature. I get a sense that everybody else sort of in her room or where she was sweating and dying of heat exhaustion, but she's still cold, and there's a sense of like what she's saying is like it can't, how it's coming across is like it was kind of a mental thing anyways, and I don't think that anybody could have done anything to change the fact that she was always cold. um, if you're just coming in, I'm just doing some mediumship readings and opening up to whatever comes in. If you've got any questions, if you want me to connect with anybody, just let me know. Okay. Yeah, so there's a sense of like feeling cold and everybody trying to do what they can to fix it and not really being able to. And the way that this is coming across is like they couldn't have really done anything anyways. And I feel that thank you. I feel that she couldn't really express a lot, so it was a struggle for her to really form and articulate sentences. So it was kind of like short bursts. They're also showing me like a pen and paper. So I don't know if for whatever reason towards the end she was trying to communicate, but she wasn't able to, because I get the sense of people trying to get information out of her and knowing that she's trying to express herself, but that she's not, she couldn't verbalize it, she couldn't articulate what she was trying to say and what she was trying to get across. If anybody wants me to try and connect with somebody, just let me know and I will. At the moment, I'm just opening up for general. So if you're coming to this video and want to go back later and see what come forward at the start, if it resonates with you, do reach out. Excuse me. I'm also feeling kind of a tightness in my chest, or tightness in that kind of area, like lungs, chest. So I'm feeling that she had trouble with breathing, and this might have had something to do with why she wasn't able to communicate and wasn't able to speak and verbalize. Because I'm feeling like there's something here that I want to not have there anymore. Um, So I don't know whether or not they had the oxygen things here, or if it was like it seems like it was a bigger thing, like a mask or something. Excuse me. Pardon me. And her sort of like wanting to remove this and take it off. I also feel that she was sort of, her consciousness in a way, kind of towards the end, was a little bit off. Um, like she would sort of have moments where she would come to and sort of have a conversation or try to communicate, or whether it was make eye contact. I also get the sense of somebody holding her hand and every now and then just feeling a little bit of pressure. I get that this was used for communication, um, because now when doing this, I can see yes, no, yes, no. So I feel like there was that technique used with this person to communicate because she wasn't able to verbalize. I see the pen and paper thing, but it's like that I couldn't have done that. That wasn't going to happen. Um, so it was like when she was sort of awake and able a little bit more, there's a sense of holding her hand and, you know, squeeze my hand if you understand, like squeeze your hand if that's a yes, or, you know, in the moment, depending on what it was. And she was able to do that. She's letting me know that she was a little bit more. She was letting me know that she was more aware and awake, and she knew what was going on a lot more than she was able to express. I think that in the moments where everybody's sort of seeing her going like coming in and out, those conversations that took place, she was aware of that. Thank you, Plasma. Yeah, that's just who's there. I've kind of opened up to whoever and whatever. So like if people um, want me to try and connect for them with anybody, just let me know and I will. So that's probably why there's all the flashing, because there's a lot of people here. There's a lot of energy here. Okay. At the moment, I'm just kind of opening up and seeing who comes forward. So if you do get to this video a little bit later, and want to jump in and out or jump back. If there is somebody that you want me to connect with, just let me know in the comments. Yes, I'd like you to try and connect with so and so, and I'll see what comes forward for you. Um, I'm going to leave that lady there for a minute, and I'm just going to try and see, John, do you want me to try and connect you with somebody? Because I do feel that there's a male presence here. Okay. That's okay. There is a male stepping forward. So whether or not this is for you or for somebody else that's watching, but we'll go to the male. If this does, if when I'm communicating, if this does resonate, hi Unique, if this does resonate for you and you think that these messages are for you, just let me know. I'll try and pay attention to what's coming in and what's coming in from you guys as well. But I do have a male here. And I'm hearing 56, 57. And I feel like this is the age of this person at the time around when they passed. Hi, Jamie. Again, guys, I'm just gonna go over what it is that I'm doing here today. I'm gonna open up and provide you guys with some mediumship messages. So if you want me to try and connect with somebody for you, just let me know. Write a comment and let me know, and I'll see what comes up. If there's someone in specific, that's the word. If there's someone in specific you want me to try and communicate with, do let me know. It'll just make the connection easier. I don't want to try and, there's a lot of energy around at the moment. So I don't want to confuse who we've got here, because I've put it out there that we're just going to open up and see what happens. This is the first time I'm doing a live mediumship sort of situation like this. I have done them in the past where I sort of open up and who comes in, and I hope that they get to where they're meant to go. So this is a little bit different. So if there's somebody that if you're watching and there's somebody that you want me to try and connect with, let me know. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, there's John, there's heaps, so much awakening going on at the moment. Everybody on some level is just becoming more connected. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of people not getting a good night's sleep. Okay. All right, I'm going to go back to this mail that I've got here, and I'm just going to see what he. Just started tuning in. Unique, I'm getting a bit of both with you. And I feel that with you, you're feeling a lot of these presents. You're more open to receiving them at nighttime and when you're in the shower. Um, so let me know if that's the case. Do you feel more that these energies are with you at that time? Okay. I do feel family, but I feel that there's also more connected with you as well. I'm hearing, okay, I'm hearing your connections with loved ones. They're not coming to you when you're in the shower. Um, And don't think of it like it's not like that. No one's trying to peep on you. That's not what it is. It's just when you're in the shower, you kind of switch off. So pay attention to your thoughts when you're in the shower, because I feel that that's like an open channel for you. And so you're better able to receive messages from higher up when you're in the shower. Loved ones are around you all the time, but you feel them more when you're either at night time. Um, I just see it being dark. I see it being nighttime and you being by yourself. So that's where your family is more able to connect you. Yeah, they're not watching you shower. It's not. It's not how it works. um, okay. Is your shower really white, like your bathroom or where your shower is? And I know that sounds cliche to say, but I feel like even during the daytime, like it's really bright in there. Because I get the sense that like there's something going on with your bathroom, and I know that it's the way that they're showing me this. It's just so bright in your bathroom, um, and they're wanting when you go in. They want you to pay attention when you're in there. Pay attention to your thoughts, and it's almost like when you get out of the bathroom or when you're done in the shower or whatever it is that you're doing in there, whether you're showering or bathing, whatever. Um, journal about what thoughts you have, journal about if you feel that there's anyone there. They want you to make note of it and write it down. And I feel like this is going to be, whether you may already do this, maybe not when you're in the shower. Do you channel at all? Sorry, I know I'm talking a lot. Do you channel at all, Unique? Okay. Write them down. I'm just hearing with you, there's a need to write them down. And I feel that when you do this, it'll help you to piece it together. The songs, what is that? I said the songs. You hear the same sort of song over and over and over again. It's kind of like there's two separate situations with you. So there's the family stuff and then there's the other stuff. Okay. Yeah, because they want you to write it down because there's messages coming to you in that way through the words that you're hearing and the songs that you're hearing over and over and over again. So they're saying to write down when you hear the song, pay attention to what's being said in the lyric. Um, okay, good. Okay, that makes sense. That's why, because they're showing me writing on, they're showing me like lots of written and kept information. That's why I was like, write it down, like write it down. If you want to know if it's family or if it's someone else, spirit, someone else, angels, what have you, you can be specific. So when I open up and I channel, I have males on the left, females on the right. And this is something that I only just learned recently. Before, I would kind of have to piece it together. The energy, well, for um, physical form, human form, obviously, I would see the person visually. So that would be easier. But I also channel animal energy, everyone. I mean, whatever. We'll go into that another day. But it's harder to know if an animal is male or female. So on the left all the time. Okay. You can be specific and you can say, if it's my family, I want my family to stand behind me. So when you see your family or visualize in your third eye, I don't know if you do any visualization, um, that's where they will position themselves. You might even just get a feeling or a sense. So you'll know when their energy is around you, if you feel it like someone standing behind you, you'll know that that's family. Or if you're not comfortable with that sensation or that feeling of someone being behind you, you can say, all right, if it's family, I want my family to stand to my left. And then you will sense that energy and feel that energy on your left, and you will know that it's okay, that's just my family. um, you get it, vice versa. So you can be specific about how it happens, and you know, 100% they'll listen to you because you call the shots. Like, you have control over all of this and how it works and what goes on. So it's always a good reminder to set those boundaries. Have you had a male? Have you had a male in your family? A male? I've got a male energy here. There's somebody sort of hanging around over here who's passed, who's connected with you. Let me just see. And if you like, let me know if you don't want me to connect. That's fine. Earthy energy on my left. What's your star sign? Can I just ask what your star sign is? Maybe that's who. I'm hearing star sign. Taurus. What's your brother's star sign? I'm a Taurus too. Do you know what your brother's star sign is, or you're not too sure? He's Aquarius. Okay, I just heard star sign. Um, how old was your brother when he passed? I just heard 16. So was he 16 or were you 16 at the time of his passing? Did he pass when he was young, like teenage kind of years? No. Okay. Birth date, not the 16th. He was 21. Oh, okay, 21. Okay. He's saying 16. So is there anybody else who that would resonate with? Not necessarily an age, like birth date. Okay. Was he kind of daggy? Or like wore the same stuff? He's showing me like just a baggy, daggy t shirt. Like him just wearing a baggy, daggy t shirt. Like he didn't sort of mix it up a lot. Doesn't sound for me. Okay, well, I'm going to keep talking to this guy and just see who we've got here. Because I've got someone and they're kind of, it's a younger guy. He's got kind of short hair, but like not, kind of like a buzz cut. Um, and he comes through and he's kind of like, he's lanky, skinny dude. Because it's like the clothes don't fit him. Like he's got a baggy t-shirt on, clothes don't fit him. Um, but I think he liked to wear stuff that didn't fit. um, and I kind of get the impression that whoever this is a nerdy kind of guy. I just get the sense that not he doesn't really fit in with his community, or he doesn't really fit in with his environment. Um, Kind of like an outcast in a way, but it was like he doesn't feel comfortable in the skin that he's got. He sort of doesn't know what to do with himself, or how to act and what have you. He just kind of going along to the beat of his own drum. And I feel like a lot of people kind of didn't understand him, didn't really connect with him because of that. um, you do? Yeah, okay. He's showing me also like a red car. And he's showing me like, you know, those cars that, those old sort of cars. It's like Ferris Bueller's Day Off. You know, the red car in that they're cruising around in with the lights that sort of flip up and down. That's what he's showing me. So I don't know whether he had that kind of a car or there's a connection with Ferris Bueller's. Um, your car is red. Okay, maybe it is your brother that I've got here. Let me just see. Does that kind of what I was saying before make sense for him in terms of what are you doing? Who is this kid? Was your brother a lanky dude or because that's how he comes forward to me. He comes forward kind of skinny, lanky. Do you know anybody just the opposite? Okay, well, what? Okay. I know someone who was tall and lanky but was early. Yes, okay. Did he wear glasses? What at times wear glasses? Because this guy's tall and lanky. He's just showing me glasses. Do you wear glasses? He's just showing me glasses. He doesn't actually have them on, but he's showing me glasses. And he's showing me a red car. Let me see. And he's making me feel he's making me feel like the cause for his passing was something that was out of his control. But I feel he's saying like he's saying it was too late, it was too late, it was too late. So whether or not the like it was too late to do anything about it. He's like, there wasn't anything else, we couldn't do it. There wasn't anything else that could be done. Like washing his hands of it. And this person here, okay. Did you know if this is the if this person's connected to you, do you know this person's sister? Because he's like, ask her about my sister. And even if it's just like association or, because I'm hearing sister, ask about my sister, ask my sister. Okay, I'm gonna leave him there then. Yeah, I'm gonna leave him there then. He doesn't really have anything else left to say, and maybe have a think on it because I do feel like he's connected with you in some way, but okay. We can see about, yeah, thank you. Because were you seeing what he was showing me? Is that what you said before and I missed that? Mm. But I can see if we can get onto your brother if you want. um, I'm hearing Backstreet Boys. If you're just sort of coming in and you want me to, I'm just opening up and doing some general mediumship. If you want me to see if I can connect to somebody, just let me know. Okay. Jamie, I think that there might be a lady here for you. And this person is kind of youngish in age, in a sense that I get the impression that they passed before, you know, they weren't elderly or anything. They weren't like, this isn't like a grandparent kind of energy. This is at least how she's coming forward. This is somebody with long hair. Does this make sense for you, Jamie? That's okay, Unique. I can try again for your brother because there is somebody else over here, but I'll I'll wait and see because I'll just, yeah, I want to just disconnect from that other energy just so I'm not getting things muddled up. Yeah, long hair. There's a lady here. She's got long hair, and I feel like this is not like a grandparent, okay? Um, this might be, it's the same sort of energy like a mum or an auntie. Is your mum still here? I'm sorry. Okay. Is there anybody that's connected to you who has passed that's not like a grandmother? And this could be your partner as well if you've got a partner. This could be whoever's connected. I need to know who. Mm. Hey, Empress. Thank you. Is there anybody that's watching that this could be for? Because there's a lady here. She's got long hair. Long dark hair. I'm just trying to see. Whoever this person is, I feel that they were a smoker. Because when she's talking, what I'm hearing is like a real raspy kind of um, sounding voice. And she used to cough a lot. It could be. Jamie, they can be for, I don't necessarily, unless you say, like, I specifically want to talk to this person, then I'll try and see if they're there. But whoever has messages that needs to come forward will come forward. They kind of don't, like, I don't have a say in it. But this is somebody that's connected to you. Oh, do Empress, yeah. Um, this lady, Jamie, she's making me feel like um, people kind of didn't understand her in a way. Like they might have thought she was a bit crazy. Because I just get the impression that she's feeling like um, she's feeling like she's misunderstood. Like people kind of couldn't relate to her in a way. And in relation to her smoking, I get the impression that it's like she was asked time and time again, she needs to stop, you need to stop, you need to stop. And how she's saying this, it's like it was too far gone. It was like, I couldn't have stopped if I wanted to. I couldn't have stopped. Doesn't matter. Like she just, how she sees it, she wasn't able to stop. Okay. Young, yeah, youngish, dark haired, very misunderstood. How she would try to communicate and conversate, and other people just didn't get it. And there is that sense of like, she's like doing this, like, they kept telling me I'm crazy, I'm crazy, I'm crazy. And as a result of that, she became really kind of timid. I just get the sense that she's very timid, very closed off. She almost to the point where I feel like unless she was having a bit of an outburst, she kind of didn't talk to people. She passed in the home she was putting. Okay. Excuse me. Um, did she spend a lot of time alone? But I feel okay. She's making me feel like she spent a lot of time alone, but that did your grandmother used to ring her? Do you know? Because she's making me feel like she spent a lot of time alone, but that she was connected to your grandmother in some. Is it your grandmother? Yeah, that she was connected to her, or they wrote to each other. There's some form of communication, um, or some form of communication and connection between this lady and your grandmother, but I don't feel that it's a physical thing. So I don't feel necessarily that your grandmother would go and or like on a regular visit her, but she would reach out and make some form of contact. Because she's making me feel like she was alone, but then at the same time, like she was still connected. Do you know the reason for her passing? Your grandmother, okay. Do you know how she passed, or just that she passed there? Because she's saying to me it was an accident. Yeah, I don't. I was just gonna say I don't feel that when she passed, it was like a natural passing. Um, but she went, yeah. I'm not going to go into the details, but when she passed, she was like felt released. Like she was like, it was a welcomed thing. Is your grandma? Is your grandmother passed as well? Excuse me. And was she's 92? Was she a bigger lady, or is she a bigger lady? Bigger lady, sorry. Short and skinny. Because she's having me talk about a bigger lady. Your mummy's bigger, okay. Who in the family has red hair? Does anybody have red hair? Because I feel like there's somebody connected to you. And I don't think red hair is common in your family. I'm seeing a lot of brunettes. Um, and then there's the redhead. Okay. Okay. And is everybody else like there's a lot of brunettes in the family and then there's a like a redhead thrown in? That's how they're making me feel. They're making me feel like there's like brunettes, and now we've got a redhead. Okay. What a cutie. Is your grandmother does your grandmother suffer from any form of dementia? And I don't know a lot about that kind of thing, but I feel like is grandma up and about or is she restricted? She's just started. Okay, because I'm getting a sense of sort of being up here and being kind of with everything and but then also being restricted and not able to always communicate. Um, her sister here is she's making me feel like she's saying like she's showing me like the same sort of environment that she was in. So your grandmother's sister or grandmother's grandmother. Um, she's in that same kind of environment. So it's like I feel like your grandmother might be in a home, but that she's saying it's like completely different environments. It's that sense of being somewhere that you don't necessarily want to be, but she's making me feel like your grandmother is not in any way experiencing anything that she did. Like this is a good place, is how this is coming forward. Um, okay, okay. Has your aunt's house been on the market for a little while? So I feel like I'm hearing 6 months. Good night. Thank you. So whether or not grandma's been in the home for 6 months or it's going to be another 6 months, because I'm hearing 6 months. And good night, John. Thank you. It's been a couple of months. Okay. I kind of get the impression, is there some tension around this situation? Like you or your mum are feeling a little bit out of the loop. We only okay. Because I feel that mum feels like all this is kind of happening around her and she doesn't have a say over anything and she can't really do anything about it. Um, I get the impression that the plan or the idea is to have Gran be at home, or has been expressed that this is what she wants, like she wants to be at home. But I feel like that's why it's necessary to know that where she is, she's safe, and it's not that she doesn't like it. And the lady who was here before is making me feel like, as I said, it's two different environments. So if there's any concern for where she is and her safety and her comfort, she is comfortable. Um, okay. Because there's that feeling of wanting to change it, wanting to do something about it, and kind of not being able to. So I feel that maybe mum needs to know that she is in an environment where she is safe and where she is okay, and she doesn't, it's not like she hates it there. Yeah, it's yeah, she would prefer to be, or the conversation has happened where she has said that she would prefer to be at home. But I feel like that's why it's necessary to know that even though she's not there, she's comfortable where she is. Um, because there's a chance that she's going to be in this position for a little bit longer. I don't, for whatever reason, I'm not feeling right now, unless something changes, she's going to be there for a little bit longer. Mhm. And I feel like, from your aunt's perspective, how this is coming in is, um, she doesn't want her to be in there either. But I feel that she doesn't know how to approach the situation in terms of being able to talk about it, um, because she's holding a lot of guilt as well, knowing that that's the case. I don't feel that um, your aunt's doing anything wrong, um, or doing anything that isn't in your grandmother's best interests. But I do feel like she struggles with how to approach the situation, knowing that because she's got a lot of guilt, because it's like mum has to be in this position while I sort this stuff out. Um, but know that she is doing what she can and is doing what she needs to do. And I feel like your mum needs this information. I feel like um, this is something that your mum needed, because I think that your mum may reach out to your aunt from time to time and she just doesn't feel like she's getting the whole story. And I don't think that she is, but it's not because she's trying to be kept out of the loop. It's just out of the loop. Sorry. It's just because your aunt's like, how do I approach this? I don't want it to be there, but it's going to come across that this is, you know what I mean? Like, it's a confusing situation. Okay. Yeah. It is. She just feels like she's under a lot of pressure, and she is. Um, but what she's doing, she's not doing anything with ill intention. It's like, she's making the best of a tough situation. And she does have stuff going on at the moment that just needs to level out. Um, and it's like, it was sort of like getting a bit too chaotic. It was like 1 minute we're going to be doing all of this and mum's going to be here and it's going to be too hard for her to be sort of living in these two different situations. So this was the best option. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. So yeah, your aunt complaining isn't because um like she's not going to throw the towel in. That's right. Once this works out, once the house sort of situation settles out, um it'll make it easier. And she is looking to set your grandmother up in a way where she's more comfortable when she's at home as well, as best as she can. Um, so for right now, she, like, your grandmother is right now in the best place. Um, and a lot of what I'm hearing, a lot of what your grandmother is saying, it's going to be hard to sort of work out when she's speaking from herself or when it is the dementia that's kicking in. And I feel like she's going to have a few outbursts. And I feel like she's starting to do that already, and your aunt's kind of copying a bit of that. Um, and that's becoming really hard to deal with. Yeah. Look, I don't see it getting to that so much, but I feel um like she's having to deal with quite a bit with your grandmother as well. Um because it's like one day she walks in and your grandmother's kind of like just here, like on a normal kind of energy, a normal kind of level, having somewhat normal conversations. And then the next time she goes in and your grandmother's kind of up here and she's getting into trouble. Not your grandmother, your auntie, like your grandmother's kind of, and that's not something, I'm feeling that that's not something that your grandmother can control. Um, but it's kind of putting your aunt in a really stressed mind frame because she has got a lot of stuff going on with the home as well, and struggling with doing what's right for your grandmother, and then sort of copying it from her as well. Um, so she's just under a lot of pressure, and like there has been moments where she's felt like she's just going to snap. But I see that things are going to work out a little bit better when once the house situation is dealt with. I feel like your aunt's going to be able to get her emotions and get things a little bit more in check. And maybe it's going to take just a little bit longer than first thought for this house situation to sort of figure itself out and pan out. But I do see it. I do see eventually it working out. It's just not going to be in the time frame that I think she thinks it will be, or whether she needs it to be in this time frame. Um, I don't see it being anytime too soon. Hmm. Hmm. All right. I hope that helps you a little bit with that one. Hmm. That's okay. No worries. Thank you. I'm glad we were finally able to piece it together. It's sort of like um, whoever comes in is the right person to come in, but sometimes there needs to be that connection made, and sometimes how it comes about can be a little bit left field. It's sort of not always black and white. Whoever needs to come in will come in, and I feel like this person that's connected to your grandma, she hasn't really had an opportunity to have a conversation or to have a connection in that way. Yeah, Empress, what was the question, honey? I will wrap it up in a minute. I've been on for an hour. Um, I kind of didn't know how this was going to go because this is the first time. I will, rather than, I'll pull you a card and see. Yeah, this is my first time doing like mediumship or this kind of setup live. I haven't done it before. I've done tarot lives over on my Facebook, and I do my general tarot readings for the month. Um, at this point, I'm doing them live as well. But mediumship stuff live, I haven't done it before. So we're just kind of winging it. I needed to, I do a lot of readings and stuff on Facebook and online, and I have clients and stuff that I do online and one on one and stuff. But I've wanted to do more mediumship kind of connections and what have you in a live setting, but it can be a bit intimidating. But once you get going and give it a go, um, I think it'll be good. So I'm going to try and do a lot more of these. Hi Danielle. Hey girl. Danielle's been over on a lot of the stuff that I do on YouTube. On YouTube, sorry, on my Facebook. All right, let's see what's going on here for Empress. Thank you. Yeah, so if I seem a little bit awkward, that's because I am. I've got to get my groove. It can be very intimidating to sort of put yourself out there, especially to people that you don't know. But um, you know, I just do what I'm told to do. Okay. So what were we looking at, Empress? Just have a looky. So I'm just going to pull you a general card, Empress, and see what messages you need to have right now. I won't connect to his energy just because he's kind of not here to want that. Okay. What I'm hearing is, and what I'm getting so far is, have you told, so you want to be back in a connection with this person? Because I feel like this is something that you do, but it's almost like you don't want to admit to yourself that this is what you want to do because there's that fear of him not being on that same level and him not wanting that as well. So I feel like that's sort of where you're allowing yourself to be held back in a sense. Like it's almost like I need to know where he is and what he's up to and where he's at with everything before I even lay my cards out on the table. What I'm seeing is, if that's what you want, what I'm seeing is to put yourself out there and let this be known to him. And I know that that can seem so intimidating, especially when you don't know what they're thinking and where they're at. Um, but this is what came out for you. So this is what I'm feeling about the situation. You got to express your love, go ahead and make a romantic gesture. And that's how I feel that this resonates and relates for you, is a sense of needing to put it out there, even if it's just a text message or what have you, and let them know where you're thinking. And this may be relevant because of the fact that you're still doing a bit of a yo yo, you're still like backwards and forwards about the situation. Um, it could be, it could be. Um, it could be that this is what you're needing from him. Has it been a bit of a time between when you went there with this information and gave this information to him to now? Um, yeah. Has it been a while since you went to him and had this conversation, or laid those cards? Okay. Maybe there's a need to do it again. Um, because he just seems like the kind of person that, like, he doesn't get it, and I feel like that might have been a lot of what your conflict was you needing more from him mentally, emotionally, and him not always being able to provide you with that, but he didn't even realize that he wasn't doing it. Does that make sense? Like, you kind of have to beat him over the head, and give it to him like detailed, laid out, otherwise he just doesn't get it. um, this could be selfishness on his behalf, but I feel like it's just blatant ignorance. Like, he just doesn't, unless it's spelled out for him, he's not going to think about it. Like, it doesn't just come to him instinctively or intuitively that, like, this is what she needs, this is what I needed to do. Um, mhm. Yeah, maybe. And there's also a sense of like, there's also a sense of knowing when to be vulnerable and then knowing when to pull back as well. And if this is definitely something that you want, and it has been a significant time, like, with him being the kind of person that he is, he's not going to reach out anyway. He won't be the first to make that move. So if you put it to him again and just be like, you look, however you want to go about it, then the ball's in his court. And that kind of gives you peace of mind. Yes, it's a horrible feeling to be vulnerable and not knowing if you're going to receive it back. But I feel like this will either be, um, like, this, doing this will be what either brings you back together in a forward direction or gives you the clarification and verification that you need to put it to bed. Um, mhm. I'm How this is coming in, and what I'm hearing right now is that he's not going to get it. And I think, I mean, I feel like for yourself you need to put it out there one more time, um, because even if you sort of hear it from somebody else, it's almost like you need it from the horse's mouth. I feel like you're just that kind of person, and like, you need to know for sure. That's just the impression that I'm getting. But I feel like I don't think that it's something that, like, I don't see it being that you guys are gonna come back together. Um, I feel like this focus and this intent on this one person, um, how it's coming in is that you're going to do a bit of a 360, and you're just going to, whether it comes from putting this information out there and then getting back what you get back, that sort of just makes you disconnect and move off in this direction. Um, but that's how I'm seeing it for what it is right now, as it stands right now. Do you guys live, like, does he live quite a bit of a way away now? Excuse me. Oh my god. That's okay. Okay, because there's a sense of that, like, just being away from each other, and that's a good thing. Yeah. Um, that's a good thing. There may be so it's been quite some time. Have you had any contact with him whatsoever? Because I just heard engagement, so he, that might be at play here, and I don't feel that it's engagement with you guys. This might be where he's at now, because I don't feel like engagement. I don't feel like it's with you. I feel like it's to do with him. Um, but the move, um, they made me feel like you guys were just away from each other, and I feel like this is going to be good for you, and it's going to be good for you because you're going to, like, it's that I'm hearing, like, that saying, out of sight, out of mind. It's that kind of it's that kind of a thing. Like, oh, I'm all the way over here, out of sight, out of mind. Okay. And that's okay. That's totally fine. There's um, there's no reason why you can't have, yeah. There's no reason why you can't have what it is that you want to have, but if you're sort of focusing your intentions in this direction, and it's not going to be for, um, or in your best interest, then it makes it harder to bring in that new and bring in exactly what it is that you want for yourself. Okay. Um, so just keep that in mind. But I see this move being a good thing, and I see it working out for you. Okay. I'm gonna go, guys. I'm gonna leave it there. I've got to go and be a mum now. But I'll do this again, and thank you for watching, and thank you for chiming in. Um, thank you for not laughing at me and making me feel silly. Um, and I'll do this again. Head over to my Facebook. When I upload this, I'll put all the info in the description box. So if you want to find me anywhere, you'll be able to find me. Thank you for watching, guys.